be available for chatting and also to give you an update on all the coding. So this is going to be a very long tutorial. I might have to break it up in several steps as separate videos, but for the live stream itself, it should be good to go. I'm going to turn off, I've already turned off the desktop audio, so there shouldn't be any echoing. Okay, so I think we can begin. So greetings, this is Adodo Jumbo. I'm going to show you how you can build and set up your own PWA application that uploads WebRTC video photos to a locally hosted server. PWA stands for Progressive Web Application. So this means you can install it on your devices or web browser on your desktop or your mobile device as well. So the good thing about this is you don't need to do native applications. The problem is they do require an SSL certificate. However, locally there's a way you can install them without a certificate, especially on Android. There are different methods to do it. Basically, you can do a port forwarding localhost, and then it will be available on your local devices. This, by using the localhost URL, you don't need to have a SSL certificate. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I tried to get to work with Sterno and other things using the PHP built-in web server, but that didn't work out. So this method works extremely well. Of course, you can also go and put it on, if you do have hosting somewhere, you can put it there, and then with this SSL certificate, for example, from Let's Encrypt, and then you can install it that way because it's going to be locally. But like I said, this one is not meant to be anything online or anything. It's just a local application where we can monitor the chickens. So one bonus thing to let you guys know is that I also resolved the issues with the iPhone. So for example, it does take much better photos. I'll give you a quick preview here. So this was taken today actually with the iPhone. So the good thing about the iPhone is even with with high cloud cover, you can see it takes very decent photos, and you can even zoom in and you can tell this is the chickens are just outside their hoop coop. The same thing with the window as well. There's another problem with the iPhone. That's why a PWA, the Progressive Web App, probably resolved in that the iPhone, for some reason, after about 4 minutes, it actually stops the camera. It's very weird because I even switched browsers from the Safari browser to Chrome. It does the same thing. So, but I said the Progressive Web App allows us to actually have some time synchronization, so that this prevents it from stop the usage of the camera. The good thing also about the iPhone I noticed is that you can dim the screen, so you can do it on Android as well. And then they have also another option where you can see here you can set the auto lock for the display. So you can put a longer timer, or you can just say to never. On Android screens, you can't really do that. I'm saying on my particular one, I was able to go into the developer option and say, keep screen on while charging. This is for the older phone. So then for the Android device, I'm doing the same ADB, that's Android debug bridge. I'm using that so that way it will be wireless. I'll be able to control the phone wirelessly instead of having to plug in a USB cable, because I didn't have a very long USB cable, and I said eventually this device or sub-devices are going to be outside, so I need to be able to control them wirelessly. So we'll also use PHP for the built-in server. That way images can be uploaded every 3 seconds. Obviously you can set it to whatever you want. And as I said before, SSL certificate is not needed because we're going to use the localhost and a port number. So obviously for locally hosted a progressive web app, you need to have the, well, you don't really need the IP address, we just need the port number. And for Android, you need to hook it up to USB initially so you can get the permissions, and after that, you can run the ADB commands from the previous tutorial. But I also added them to this tutorial, so I've already run them, and I'll show them to you in a second. So these are the two Android devices. The iPhone is the iPhone SE, the first generation. Okay, so the reason I'm using phones as a web camera is because I see that charging is low wattage, and also eventually when they're outside, they could be recharged automatically using a solar panel. So even on a cloudy day like today, even if they charge the power being produced to be enough to charge them, at least during the day. So the code here also includes the iOS fix. The iOS fix was simply that the video tag needs to have the attribute plays inline and unmuted. So that works well in my case because I don't need audio. All I care about is the video, so I can take the photo, and I'm also able to use the back facing camera. So most of the code stays the same, except I've added, as I said, the part for the progressive web app to allow it to continuously run. This way, the screen doesn't go doesn't go blank, or doesn't go to sleep. So one of the things that you do need for progressive web apps is you do need service workers. This is the one why you need the HTTPS or the secure connection, the SSL certificate. But I'll show you how to do it. And of course, you also need a manifest file. And the rest of the code is the same as previously. If you're watching this, if you want to see the preview in a web browser, this one should refresh the photo every 3 seconds, and this is the code for how to upload the photo. So, in case this is your first time following this particular series, I've included the link here where you can get the PHP scripting language. So you can just click here to take you to php.net right to the downloads page, and then for Windows, the binaries are available. For Unix type systems, that's obviously Linux, Mac OS, there's also instructions for those. And also usually for Unix type systems, there's usually pre-built binaries you can find from some repository. And for example, I'm on Fedora Linux, I just type dnf install PHP and it will be installed. On Mac, you can get it from Brew. Install Brew and you'll be able to get it that way as well. Or you can also build it from scratch yourself. So this code, it is open source. Okay, and then the other thing you need is also the ADB tool, but you can't just download it by itself. It comes as part of the SDK platform tools. So you can get those from the Android, the Android, I think it's the developers on android.com, and you can see here, then you can download it. It's closed platform, you can download for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay, so those two, and then to the PHP server. So in this case, we don't need, as I said, an external like in the previous ones. All you need is just the PHP server. You don't have to use a PHP built-in server. The reason I'm using PHP is also because I'm also going to use PHP to handle the file uploading. So I can basically use, and remember it's local, so that's fine. You can use something else you want, like Python. I haven't done a Python one, but maybe I'll do that in the future. I've done a Node.js, and obviously you can use Apache, but if you use Apache, you also need another programming language to use in order to handle the file upload process. You don't have to use Apache, you can also use Nginx, and there's so many other types of HTTP servers. Use whatever is for your convenience. Now, the ADB, this is the one that we, in the previous tutorial, used. So this allows us to connect. So you connect to a specific IP address and give it a port number. And these are the commands. This is exactly right from the previous tutorial. So you see, when you plug in you have to plug in the USB, and then the USB, it will give the this list and device. So this is a USB wired connection. And then when you type in this command connect and to this IP address of the phone, you then be able to see this one. So this is this is wireless. So meaning that I can then after the permissions, the reason you need to plug in the USB cable is so that it will so you can grant permissions. Once the permission is granted with the connect, then you see this, then you can unplug it. And then what you see the Chrome view. You don't need to Google Chrome for this. I tried in different browsers. It did not work. I mean, I can set up the port for it and everything, but for the actual connection in order to do a preview, you need to use a Chrome browser. I used Chromium, as long as I think Brave maybe suppresses some of the functionality, but it is there in Chromium browser. And then, of course, this is where you see the preview. And this is just go to the URL. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to show you. You see when the app is completed, you can install it. Well, this is the uninstall, but you get the point. So there will be this is what it looks like when it's installed on the phone. You can uninstall it that way, and then there's the that's uninstall. And it's also uninstall. So I think I repeated this twice, but this should be install. I'll resolve that later. Okay, so now we can actually head over. So just to let you know, JavaScript is open source. That one follows the MScript standard, and PHP is also open source. It follows the PHP license. And there's also part of PHP is the Z engine, that's the compiler and runtime environment, which is licensed under the Zen engine license, and parts of it also licensed under the PHP license. So before we begin, I just want to let you know that every day you can join a live stream and ask questions. Check ojambo.com for details and instructions. Basically, you scroll down to the footer and you see the channels. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment for more frequent content. Okay. So now I want to show you how I connected to because we're going to do some coding later, so I just want to show you. I'll just show you this briefly. As you see here, this is what I did. And you see once I got the IP address, I simply just did connect and the IP address, then did BD devices. You can see when I first connected the USB, this is what happened. I'll zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. Come on. Okay, there we go. So when I did ADB devices, you see a list of devices, nothing, but once I plugged the USB cable, it gave me this. And once I connected to a specific IP address, then you see it shows up here. This is it. So then I unplug the USB cable, and then you see it has this one, meaning I'm connected using a TCP/IP connection. So it's wireless. This is not wired connection, it's a wireless connection. Okay, now we're going to get started. What we do is I'm going to go and create a folder. I can do it in the command line, but I'm pretty sure you guys probably want to see it on the here as well. So what I'm going to do is this is the one that I installed on in order to create the article. But I'm going to create another one. So I'm just going to call it one word, chicken cam. I'll call it chicken cam, one word, chicken cam. Okay, so chicken cam, and then in here I'm going to create some graphics. So first we'll start by opening up Netscape. I think we can SVG, yeah, here we go. So this SVG, I'll just call it icon. Okay, so I'll say icon. So this is icon, and then we're going to also create a five icon. So I'll open this up in Inkscape. Okay, where is Inkscape? Yeah, so Inkscape is opening up. Okay, so this is Inkscape right here. All right, so first thing I'll do is I'll go and change the document properties. This is a pixel, pixels is fine, and this one I want it to be 512 by 512. It has to be a square. That's fine. And I'll make sure I save this. It's a square. Okay, so I'll take the rectangle tool and go like that and change this to 512 by 512. Okay, and then I will put it at 0 by 0. Now it's transparent, that's fine, so I'll give it lime color or green. I'll give it green color, it's fine. So it's green. Next, what I'll do, I'll take the ellipse tool and I'll draw an ellipse. So I'll make it also 512 by 512. Oops, why is that not? Let me undo that. Okay, so put it here, and I'll make this 0, 0, and I want the width to be 512. There we go. And the height I also want it to be 512. Okay. Wondering, oh, something's wrong here. This doesn't seem to be. Let me check the document properties again. I thought I made it. Oh, maybe it's not centered. I thought I made it 512 by 512. Yeah, 512 by 512. Why is this not? Yeah, it's 512 by 512. That's strange. I don't know if this is a bug. Oh, the width here is wrong. So let me uncheck this. And 512. Okay, that's what I wanted. Now I can lock it. Okay. All right, it's 512 by. So the reason I'm doing this is because when the app is installed on latest, I guess, modern versions of Android, it even though it requests a square, it actually makes it rounded. So what I need to do is I need to put whatever I want inside here. So inside this circle. That's why I created this ellipse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it. I think it's this one, yeah. And then I'm going to change the opacity of it just so I can. I'm just going to change the. Yeah, so I just want to make it like that. This way I can just make sure that my whatever I'm doing is not is in the circle. So I go back to layers here. I'm going to lock this one so I don't want them to move. Okay, so I'm going to take the text tool, and I think I call this chicken webcam. Or chicken webcam. Okay. As you can see, so what I need to do is I need to center that. So a line here. No, that's fine. I'll make it bigger. No, it's the fill. I want it to be completely white. Yeah, so there we go. And I'll make this a little bit bigger. Oh, that's good. I think I'll center. I don't know if I should center it. Okay, I'll try to center it. Maybe a line here. I will center the vertical axis. Yeah, that's good. I think it can go up a little bit. I'm just going to use the mouse to pick it up. Yeah, that's good right there. And then normally you need some type of So I'll see what tool I can use here. I can use a star, I can use this one, 3 corners, so that's going to be something like that. Okay, that's fine. I think I will, yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'll just align it to the center as well. Yeah, that's good. Actually, this kind of looks good. I wonder if I can just leave it the way it is. Maybe I'll select the... You can also rename them. So I think I'll rename this to circle. Yeah, so the circle selected, I can go to the fill and maybe make it a little bit... Interesting. Okay, I think I need to select the circle again, and so I can edit it. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to export as a PNG file. Okay, so let me save this first. Okay, so I'm going to go to export and icon.png. Okay, so that's fine. So I'll just hit export. Okay, so then we're done here. Make sure I save. Yeah, so done here. Next. So you see here's our icon, and if you click it, you see it opens up here. That looks okay. So I'm going to open it up now in GIMP, because in GIMP I want to make a favicon. Okay, so that's simple enough in GIMP. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this. So you go to image, scale image. So favicons are usually, I think they're about 64 by 64. Yeah, that's good enough. And then I'll export as. So it has to be in ICO format. Put this down a little bit. I'll just say favicon.ico. So compressed. So I think I'll just leave the default. Okay, so there we go. So we have our favicon. Now with GIMP, we're not quite done yet. We also need a couple of preview images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this image this one, high-res one. I'm going to grab this, copy it, and chicken cam here, paste it here. So I'm going to just resize. So I'll open up with GIMP as well. Okay. So this is obviously, as you can see, it's 216 by 3840. So it's a little bit large. So I will just resize it. Scale image. I'll make it 1920 or 1080 by 1920. So I scale that. And then this is going to be, I go to export as. So this is going to be, I'll call this, I don't know if it's PNG, but okay. Oh yes, it's PNG. So I'll make it an AVIF file. So I'll say this is going to be, I'll say screenshot portrait. Oh, narrow. I'll just say narrow. .avif. Leave the default. Now I'm just going to rotate this because it also needs one that's wide. So what I'll do is I'll rotate this. Click this and rotate 90 degrees. Okay, that's fine. Rotate, and obviously you go to layer and layers to image size. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. We go to image and flatten image. Nope, that doesn't do it as well. Fit canvas to layers. Yeah, there we go. Fit canvas to layers. And then I go to export as. So this is going to be wide. Okay, so if we go here, as you can see, we have our, oh, I didn't save this one, so I need to reopen this up again. You have to hold, one of the problems with GIMP is you have to be a little bit patient. So I'll just redo this again. I need to rotate this 90 degrees, and then we'll go back to image, fit canvas to layers. Oops, that wasn't it. Rotate again 90 degrees, rotate, and then fit canvas to layers. Yes, there we go. Then we go here, make sure we flatten the image. And then we go to export and put wide. Leave everything in default. It looks like it saved it, but I don't know where it saved it as. Oh, okay, just taking a while. Okay, it's finished now. This takes a while. Just have to be patient. So I can discard this. And now you can see that we have our wide image as well. Now we can start coding. So we're going to need. Actually, I think this is good enough. I'll just open up. I'm going to open up NetBeans, working NetBeans. So what I'm going to do is see where NetBeans is. Where is NetBeans? Okay, I'm opening up NetBeans right now. Okay, this is not longer needed. So NetBeans is still loading up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this folder into NetBeans. So this is NetBeans. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll go back to the tutorial and chicken cam this one here. I'll just drag it into NetBeans. Okay, perfect. Then what I can do is I can start coding the files now. So the first file is going to, I think I'll just call it index.html. Here, so go new, other, it's an HTML, why is HTML not here? That's weird. HTML file, okay. And it'll just be index. Finish. Okay, so I'll zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. I don't need comments. So the title is going to be chicken webcam or chicken cam is fine. Okay, so and then it already has the device with, that's great. And then here I don't need div. Here I'll do some styling. Add some styles. So the button, give it a color of blue, and give it a background of red. Below that, we target the video, and we give it the width 100%. Give it the height, auto, and max height 100%. So this will allow the video to never be wider or taller than the screen, especially on mobile devices. Okay, let's say we don't need this div for now. So it says select. Okay, and then it will be button equals button, and we say record. And for the video, so this is the tip for if you want this to play on iOS devices. You put muted attribute, and then you have to put plays inline. Okay, and then finally our script, and the source is going to be what should I call this? I'll just say index.js. Okay, next we're going to create our index.js. So back again, we go to our chicken cam here, right click, and type new, and other. Where's JavaScript? I think it's either here. Where's JavaScript? Right. Oh, here, JavaScript file. Okay, next. So I'm going to call this index. Finish. Remember, this is local, so there's nothing special. Zoom in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. You see how much time? Okay, half an hour. Okay, not too bad. I'll go a little fast so we don't waste too much time. Because you can copy this right from the you can copy this code snippet right from up here on jumbo.com. For this article, it's /local-html5-chicken-webcam-PWA. You can see here this. So this is what we've done. This is what we've done. Now we're working on this part, which is the JavaScript take photos every 3 seconds and register the PWA service worker. So be sure to subscribe, like, follow, comment for more frequent content. And just a quick reminder that every day I'm hosting a live stream. You can scroll down to the bottom to see the channels. Okay, back to the coding. So, okay, so we also want this to start immediately, so we'll add that. Okay, so this is to store the stream so we can stop it, and this is the interval for the stream. This allows us set for every 3 seconds or etc. how many seconds we want. And this one is for that's to check what state we're in, so we can start and stop it. Okay, so we also have, then this is for the video, so the video tag, so query select, query selector video. Then we also need one for the button. And we need one for the select. So you can select the camera. For example, most phones do have at least, even tablets now come with at least 2 cameras. And maybe you have a special laptop or computer where you could obviously have unlimited amount of cameras. So you need to be able to select one. That's why I'm not hard coding, because remember, obviously this could be used on iOS. This could be meant for the phones. Okay, for example, my new daily driver has 4 cameras, so I need to select one of them. So this is just a variable to hold the constraints. If we don't do this, by default it uses it's an SD, which is standard definition. So it's 640 by 480. So the code is not it's not high definition enough, because I need to zoom in. So we set the minimum to 1920 or 1080p. Ideal, we say to the 4K, and then the max, say to 8K. So some phones are able to handle that. And then for the 4K, 8K, sorry, 320, and the 4K is 2160, and for the 1080p, and this is obviously going to be height. Okay, and then we don't need audio, so just set audio to false. Okay, then we say navigator dot media devices dot get user media. Yes, this is on line 8 here. And then so navigator, you need to toggle this in order to ask for the permission. So once we get the permissions, then we can run this media devices dot emu it's not coming up. Okay, emu nu rate devices. I don't know why that didn't pop up. Then devices. Okay, so create a variable for only the video devices, because remember, we do this, there could be other devices. For example, there could be there's video input, video output, there's audio input, audio output, and there could also be others. So for this application, we only care about the video input devices. And then we create the option. So we use a map. And then we just return. I'm using template strings. Option value equals and vd.device. The D is lowercase, and then vd.label, and then option. Okay, after that, now we can fill in the select, all the options. So the first one I'm going to create is going to be just an empty one, and value equals select camera. And then I'm going to append the other options, dot join. Okay. Now that we have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this simple. What I need to do is I need to also now set up the service worker. So this is different from previous tutorials. Service worker in Navigator. So window dot add event listener load. So this means when the page loads, now we need to register service worker. What's wrong with the spelling? Register, there we go. So Navigator, in case you can't see, I'll scroll down. Navigator dot service worker dot register. So I could simply just give it a short name, which I will. So I will use double quotes here. So it's going to be SW, stands for service worker. I hope that's easy enough. JS. And then yes, console log service worker register. And finally we'll have a catch. And then I'll put the error. So what I want to do is, I'll just indent this. Too many indents there. Okay, that's fine. So that's our if for that. And then we need a select for the, sorry, we need an event listener for the change of the select options. So we use change event. So let me see how much time it is. Hopefully we're doing good time. Okay, it's about 45 minutes. Okay, so finally, the rest of this there's nothing different. So I can actually just copy paste this. But if somebody is watching this for the first time, I will make sure that there's a chat. Nobody's chatted yet. That's fine. So what we do is stream is not equal to now. Then get tracks. Then we use a for each track. And what do we do? Track stop. And the video source object dot remove track. Because we can do this because we know it's always going to be a video. Okay, then pause. There is no stop, so you have to use pause, and then you have to clear the source, and then we also set it. We set the stream to now. We set it to now so that it won't keep on repeating this. Then in here, if the select value or selected value is not empty, remember we set the select camera to empty. So when it's not empty, so we change the video device ID equals select dot value. Then we have a navigator dot media devices dot get user media of variable CTS, then stream, so we set our stream variable to the same, and we set the video source object to stream, and then we play. Because remember, it's not going to be playing in the beginning. It's going to be, if it stops anytime, it will be set to pause. So this is done here. Finally, when you click the record button, so click another event. Okay, so the first thing we do is we check the button inner HTML, if it's set to record. Okay, so we can use that. We can use the more strict version. It wouldn't make a difference here. The inner HTML equals, so set to recording. And then we get the set interval. So this is where we set how many seconds we want it to run. So we could have done this in a variable. That's probably what we should do in the future. Yeah, I think we should set in the future instead of hard coding it, but I'm okay with the way it is right now. So canvas equals document dot create element. Make sure I save this and get a context. We set this to canvas dot get context. We want 2D. That's what images are, or photos. So we set the canvas width, set to the video width, and we set the canvas height to the video height. Then in the context, draw image. This also will be the video. We start from the top left to the bottom right. Okay. Then we create a blob. So this blob, we create a file equals new file. The blob has to be taken as an array, and then give it a name, image.png. The name doesn't really matter because we're going to rename it in PHP once we receive it, and blob.type. Then we create a form data, new form data. We append into the form data, we give this a name, the field name image, and the file. Then we use fetch. So I'll say save hi res.php. Actually, simply let's call it save.php. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll call it save.php. Okay. And of course, the method will be post, and the body will simply be our the form data. So that's it. Then we get the response. We expect back a JSON response. You can also get a text response. JSON is fine. And then the data I'll just output it as is, and then we'll do a catch. So that'll be the error, and we'll just output the error. Okay. It's weird how this is aligned, but the other one was not. Okay, let's see. Oh, this should be context. So that wrong. Okay. And then where did we start our IID here? This one here. So this is you put a comma and how much you want. So I'll put it for 3,000 milliseconds, which comes out to 3 seconds. So else, the button we're in HTML, we set it to record, and then we clear interval. So that's IID. That's why we saved it. Okay. So this should be fine. Yes. So this is good. Why is it giving me a semicolon mismatch here? Navigate as service worker. Oh, I forgot to put a semicolon at the end. Okay. Okay, once a semicolon there, fine. Okay, I know it wants it to be there, more strict. So I'm looking at all the warnings, so that's good. Okay, next we're going to create our service, and I think we call it SW, somewhere up here, sw.js. So that's what we're going to do next. So we go here again, right click, new. We need another JavaScript file. So this one is just going to be SW. Okay, I'll zoom in here. Don't need that, so we'll just type self dot add event listener. This one is for install, and event. Okay, so inside here we have an event, wait until, Okay, so caches dot open. Why could I spell today? Oh, I spelled it. Caches dot open. So we need to give this a name. So I call it, I think, chicken cam. Chicken cam. One word. You can use underscores and hyphens if you prefer. So cache. So then I will return cache add all. So that has to be some type of an array. So what we should do here is we need that one. Our index file, index.html. We know a manifest file, so this will be manifest.json. You can name it anything you want, and then obviously our index.js. And finally, actually I think that's all we need. That is all. That's all we need. That's all we need. Okay, so this one here, and this one here. And of course, something is still not. I make a mistake here, just a second. Cache, that's fine. Caches, cache, yep, that's fine. Oh, no, it's here. Okay, there we go. Okay. And self.add event listener, this is for fetch. And the fetch event. And fetch event dot respond with okay, so caches dot match fetch event dot request, then return res pipe fetch event dot request. Oh, come on, request. Okay, so we need one there and there. So this is our service worker. Okay, next we're going to create our what do you call it? We're going to create our manifest. So I think I just call it manifest. So new, create, it's actually just a JSON file. Yeah, so this is going to be manifest. I'll zoom in here as well so you can see a little bit better. So the name is chicken cam. So we also need a short name. Let's say comma, and okay, I'll call the full name chicken camera and the short name will be chicken cam. Okay, so we also need a start URL. So the start URL will be our index.html file, and the display will be standalone. Standalone. So now we have our, remember this is the reason why we did the, oops, that's the wrong one. This is the reason why we did the, what do you call it? This is the reason why, this is the reason that we did the, those pictures. So the source is going to be, I think I called it icon. Yes, I remember icon.png. And the type is image/png. And we did sizes. So it's 512 by 512. 512 by 512. Okay. Next, we're going to do screenshots. So we'll change this to screenshots. So we have the source, and I think we called it, where is it here? Where is our chicken cam? Yeah, so we called it, what did we call it? Oh, screenshot wide and screenshot narrow. So this should be screenshot -narrow.avif, and the image is, actually we don't need the type, all we need is sizes. So we have the sizes, and this one was 1080 by 1920. And we have the form factor. It was set to narrow. And the label. So I'll say, it's not really desktop, I can call this portrait. I'll say portrait. This is for phones, portrait view showing chicken camera. Okay. So next I'll take this and put a comma here. So this is going to be set to wide, and this will be 1920 by 1080. Obviously this will be set to wide, and I guess say landscape view. So we don't need this comma here. So that's it. This is our JSON file. This is our manifest file. So just in case you need a name, short name, start URL, display, and this is mandatory. You need an icon, and this is when I was testing it. And you need, if you're going to install this on mobile devices, no, for the desktop, so you do need a wide one, and I think you can get away just with the wide one. So I also put the narrow one here. Okay. So that is it for our manifest. Now we just need to go to our, so let's go and create our, the file to handle the one more HTML file. So we do need to, we need to create a viewer. So this can be shown in the, what do you call it? This can be shown in the, where is the viewer? See, okay, here we go. See photo. Copy this. this and slap it into our chicken cam. Okay, so we need to create another file. So this is now on the server side, so we need to create an HTML file. So we just call this viewer. Okay, so I'll zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. That's not needed. I'll leave everything here. I'll call this chicken camera viewer. Okay, again, there's a div here. That's not really needed. So what we do, create an image tag. Source equals. I'll just be lazy and I'll call it image.png. And I'll give it an alt. So security. No, not security. Chicken camera photo. Then I'll script here. Okay, so we're going to reload every 3 seconds. Okay, so set interval function to select image equals document dot query selector image, and we say if it's not image source dot includes. So seeing if the image includes a question mark, the source here includes a question mark. If it doesn't include a question mark, that would mean that's the first time this is running. So then we just append the, we're going to append it. So what we'll do is we're going to use the template strings again. So the first thing will be whatever the current image source is, and then the question mark, and then the date, no, timestamp. Okay, and else it will be the image source equals image source. Now, of course, I need to remove the current, so I'll use slice to remove the current timestamp. So what I do is I start from the 0, the position 0, which is actually the first one, and then go to index of where the question mark is. But basically, so there'll be a question mark here. That's where I want to remove everything after that, and then append a new timestamp. So what I need to do, I need to do +1, and then plus date, and now append the date now again. Okay, and then here, now this is the set interval. I'll set it to 3000. Okay, we're almost done. Next, what we need is we need to create a PHP file. So go to other, and here we should have a PHP. It's not detecting PHP for some reason. I might have to create one, or just create an empty file. Oh, because the reason it doesn't detect PHP is because there's no project here. I'll just create an empty file, and I'll call this one, I think I'll call it save.php. So save.php, make sure it's saved properly, save.php, there we go. Now, I should zoom in here, and it should automatically pick up my PHP. So I'll close it off. So for the PHP, it's very, very simple. It's if it's not empty. Oops. Just a second. Typed in the wrong place. If it's not empty. PHP by default provides these files for uploading. So say image. Then we'll grab the temporary file. PHP by default also creates a temporary file in a temporary folder. On Unix type systems, it's in /temp. I'm not sure what it is on Windows. And it renames it, creates a random unique file name. And then our destination goes their name, file. This is the path to the current running script. So in this case, it's saved.php. So I want to save it in the same place. So I'll just append, and I'll give it a new name. So in my case, I think I'll just call it image.png, which is fine. So I'll just say image.png. Then we're going to move it from the temporary folder, or temporary folder, temporary location, same thing. So file and to destination. I spelled that wrong. Okay, if this is successful, I'm leaving spaces here just in case if I make a mistake, I can quickly see where I made the mistake. So then we just JSON encode so everything's successful. We just JSON encode just an array. I'll say status. Okay. And obviously, I'll put a die here, because when you're having you don't want to leave a space or anything, otherwise it will just could be an error. So that's why we put this here as well. So that's all the coding. So now we can go back to the command line. I'll show you what the folder looks like now with all the files we've created today. So as you can see, this is what the file looks like, all the stuff we created so far right now. Just a quick reminder that you should subscribe, follow, like, comment for more frequent content, and every day I'm hosting a live stream. Scroll down the bottom of ajambo.com to see the channels. Okay, back to this. Now we can go, let me see if we're terminal. So bring back the terminal here. I'll go into our folder, which was chicken cam. That's our folder. I can also list all the files just in case you want to see the files. This is all of them here. All I need to do here now is just to start the PHP. And it's going to be localhost. That's important. And localhost, I'll set it to 8,000. I think that's what I was doing. Yeah, 8,000. So it's 8,000. So this is fantastic. See the PHP server. I'll come back to this, show you. So what I need to do now is go to the Chrome browser. And so all these are also here on jambo.com/local-html5-chicken-webcam-PWA for our progressive web app. So you can see the code is here, and this is we've already done the wireless connection here. Now we started the HTTP server. You can always expand to see the code I've used. And I don't have screenshots for that one, but that's, as you can see, what it looks like. So this is what the so once you have done that, you open up your Chrome browser or Chromium browser. So this didn't work in Brave. I guess Brave removes some things, so you do need to use Chrome, Google Chrome, or one that has all those features. For example, I'm using Chromium, which does. So you type in the URL Chrome://inspect/#devices, and this is what will come up. So make sure under devices that you have discover USB devices enabled and discover network targets also enabled. So when you do that, as you can see, if you remember this from the, where were we before? Yeah, if you recover, this is the same thing we did with the Android debug bridge. You see here it says, so remember, if you only see this part here, this means it's USB. So when I run this command to connect to that specific IP address, it connected, so this is wireless. And this is what we want. In my case, because I repeat again, the phone or the device will be eventually put outside, so I do need to be able to connect to it wirelessly. So once we do that, as you can see here, it's still connected. So under discover USB devices, you click on port forwarding. So because I did this yesterday, it remembers, and you see it's already enabled. Obviously, if you clear cache, you have to do it again. And this is the one I did, 8,000 to 8,000. This 8080 to 8080, that was automatically created. I didn't create that one. Okay, so when we do that, what you can do is you take your phone, and then you open up the Chrome browser on your phone, and you see because I've opened up the Chrome browser on my phone, and this came up here. So so anything, so I'm able to actually inspect, or you can click inspect fallback. So what I want to do is I want to open up a specific, I want to open up a specific URL in order for us to work with this. So I'll show you what we can do. So this is how you run it on your phone. So you can actually type it in here if you do remember. So just type localhost colon 8000 and you click open. So sometimes this does not work. It's not working for me, so I will manually oh, it's right here. I guess it did in the background. Okay, so then I can click inspect. Oh, this is the one from yesterday, so that's not the one I want. So this is the chicken cam one. So those are the tabs that are currently open. So I will just manually type it in on the phone. So I'll just type local host and colon 8000 slash, I think because it's index, I think I can just say 8000, that should be good enough. No, it's not good enough. Oh, did I start it in the wrong place? Let me make sure I didn't start hopefully I didn't start in the wrong one. Yeah, it's in chicken cam, so that should be fine. Why is it looking for chicken cam? Oh, I must have made a mistake somewhere. Let me actually stop it. So according to this, it's looking for chicken cam, and this is not what I want because I'm in chicken cam. It's the wrong one. This is one from yesterday. I don't know why it's cached there. I guess because this is the one I remembered from yesterday. Okay, so that's the one I remember from yesterday. So I need to go to a new tab. Let me actually go here and click new tab. Okay. Oh, that's what it's showing on the screen right now. Okay, so let me close this. I'll just continuously type it in. So I'll say 8000 slash index.html. There we go. So this is the one that just opened up right now. I'm not sure which one. Which one of this is the one? So let me inspect this one maybe. No, that's not the one I want. Scan controller, inspect, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so it's asking me on my phone if I want to allow the camera, so I'll say yes. And only this time. So you can see this is exactly what's happening on my phone. button, add event listener. Oh, I spelled this wrong. So let's go back to where is NetBeans? Advanced, one of these ones. It must be the index.js. So the button, button. Here, listener. Let's make sure I spell that correctly. Listener. Okay, so I should be able to refresh this, and so it says select camera. So this error has actually been resolved. See, and it said down there. Actually, I'll refresh it again so you can see. It's still saying. Oh, let me do this. Let's try one more time. It's still saying listener is not a function on 57. Okay, let me close this down. I guess it's cached. It must be cached. It's using the cached version, which is unfortunate. So I will then go here and let's see, inspect it. It's still saying, I don't know why it's still saying that because I did fix it. But it should work, as you can see. I'm going to pick the back-facing camera. Okay, that back-facing camera. This one work. No, this work. Front-facing. I don't want the front-facing is working. Front-facing is not working either. Okay, now the cameras are working. Strange. Okay, so I must have. I don't know why it's this one. It's using the cache, and I don't know how to clear the cache using cache version because you saw it. Oh, maybe I forgot to save. That's probably another thing I most likely forgot to save. Make sure I spelled listener correctly. I'll copy it here. Put it here. And hit save. So I have saved it. Let's see if that is good enough to refresh the page. No, it's still saying, okay, let me stop the server. So if I click refresh, nothing should happen. Yeah, so it's trying to find this. I don't know why, because we are not using this anywhere. Let me actually double check. In our manifest file, that we're not using that. In our SW file, manifest index, and if we go to our index.js, where did we start it? Yeah, it's SW. We're not using the other service worker. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, we're not using that, so I don't know why it's acting up this weird. Oh, it's okay. I think I know what the problem is. Let me close the tabs. I'm gonna close all the tabs. I think it was trying to, so I closed all the tabs. Okay, I'll start this server now. The PHP server that started. So if I go here, let me close this one. There we go. Remote browser is newer than the client browser. That doesn't really matter. So I think this is why I'm not able to. So what I'll do is I'll just open up the browser. Okay, it's Google. That's correct. So in the URL, I'll type localhost. Okay, so I'll go and inspect this one. And it says fetch respond. Oh my goodness, so many spelling mistakes. Sorry about that. Oh, it's debugging. You learn how to program. respond with. Okay, so hopefully that I can just refresh without having. Okay, looks like it's the same thing again, so I need to close this down. I need to close this, and I also need to close this. Close it. Okay, there we go. I'll start the server again. So just shut down the PHP server and close down all the tabs and start off from scratch. That's not needed. Okay, so go here. Is it this one? Yeah, index.html. So this is the one. Inspect this one. Okay, there's no errors. Good. So allow. Okay, I'm gonna try the back cameras this time. Back. Nope. The other back camera. Nope, it's not working. Any of the front cameras working? I don't think the front cameras work because of the. Okay, that part is not working. Let me see if I can get this working by going to the camera app and I'll switch to the. Sometimes when I fool around with the camera app and switch to the. Okay, so it's not what I want. Portrait mode. Okay, this doesn't matter. It's weird. Okay, so let me go back. Close this. Refresh. Okay, so pick back camera. It's not working. Okay, now I can't select any of the cameras, but that's it. So, it says navigated, get user media. Okay, so it's not a function. It says on 945. Okay, let me see what I made a mistake here. Get user. Okay, that's a spelling mistake. Should be a capital U. Line. Which one was it? 945. Yeah, this would be a capital U for get user. No spelling mistake. I think now everything should be fine. I will see if I can do a hard refresh. Let's see here. Will that work? Okay, so same thing. Looks like I have to stop this and close everybody down. I'm gonna see if I can just close this, close all of them, and then just start from scratch and see if that works. Okay, so this is the one I want. Inspect it. Allow. I'll select the back camera. No, it's still the same problem. Okay, so it looks like I need to stop the server. So I'll close this and I'll close this. So aggressive in caching everything. Okay, so we'll go here. Okay, so I'll go and inspect and allow. Okay, back camera. Oh, don't tell me I didn't save. I think I didn't save. Okay, I'll close this again. Close, close. I probably didn't save when I changed this to index.css. Get user media. It is saved. I don't know why that's. Okay. Allow. Okay, let's see what's going on here. The problem is the caching, it doesn't let me. Yeah, see, it's saying I did change this. I don't. Oh, let me see if I can do a hard reload. That's the problem. There's no hard reloads here on the. There's a refresh button. Yeah, there's no hard reload on the phone. Yeah, so it's. You saw I did change it. This should be get. Oh, maybe I spelled this everything here. Let me make sure I didn't spell this wrong. It's not a function. This is wrong. You see, I did put a capital U for user. It's not, and it's right here. Get user media. And let me. Okay, I'll just copy all of this. Go to line 45. Okay. I don't think there was a difference, but okay. Stop this down. Close this. Close this. Oh, there's a reload. Oh, okay. Alright, so go here. Allow. Let's do an inspect. And I'll pick a camera. I can't even force a reload here. Yeah, this one is, I don't know why it's, yeah, see, it keeps on saying it's this, but it's supposed to be, so I did save it on, so this is being cached, and let me see if I can maybe delete browsing data. Okay, I'll delete everything for the last 5 minutes. So I'll go localhost. I'll go here. So now, and then I'll go. Okay. Okay, I finally got it working. Let's get rid of this. I finally got this working. I just went. There we go. So it sees taking the back camera, and the service worker has been registered. So I just had to clear browsing history, and that's saved it. So if you go under applications here, we can go to our service workers, and you see you can unregister and all this and storage, and there's no manifest. Ooh, why isn't there manifest here? Just a minute. Why wasn't, did I put it in the manifest file? No, the manifest, yeah, it's manifest.json. It's not finding our manifest file, manifest.json. It's not finding this, but if it found this, it would manifest.json, manifest.json. I don't know why it's not finding this. Did I save it in the right place? Oh, I didn't save it in the right place. You see, this is it's the wrong chicken cam. Let's go to our chicken cam here. There should be a manifest. Yeah, it's right, manifest.json. Don't know why it's not finding it. Oh, okay. I know why it's not finding it. I should have put a slash, and slash. Okay, so one more time. We need to, I'll stop the browser, and I'll close this too. Close. And then I'll start the browser again. And I'll also start the browser on the phone. So we say localhost, allow, and I'll also do delete browsing data last 15 minutes. Yes, so there we go, allow, inspect. Okay, so it still can't find my manifest file, I don't know why. Oh, let me unregister, maybe this is the old one. So I've unregistered, sometimes that's what needs to happen. Let me go to refresh. Still not finding, it's just not finding, I don't know why. You can also click here to see the previous, it's on my phone, I'm gonna see if there's one. Let's see some old ones. Okay, none of this. Oh, yeah, there's one here, so I'm gonna unregister it. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to go back, click down, go back here, and let's see if reload will work. Reload. The manifest found, still manifest is not found, manifest is found. Okay, so I'll try this on the web browser instead. So just go here and I say, just say localhost 8000. So something is definitely wrong because it's not finding my manifest file for some odd reason. Even here, if we go to application in the web browser, the manifest has not been found. So maybe something's wrong with it. Let's go back here, open up the manifest file. I'll zoom out so I can see what's wrong. Oh, silly me. Okay, it's a very simple problem. I forgot to put the manifest file here. That was my problem. I forgot to put it up here. So it's a very simple fix. It's simply link manifest and href equals /manifest.json. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to see if just a hard reload will fix this. No, that won't fix it. Let's see, go back to the web browser, which is the web browser here. So let's close this. It's the web browser. Can I just do a hard reload and Fig finds it? Okay, so we'll say index.html. Okay, so this is still unregistered, so I'll stop the... Okay, I'll start the server again. Did you find the manifest? Yeah, I finally found the manifest. So this is in the browser. You can see the manifest, you have the icon, and you see the screenshots, it's a form factor and the wide one, and the service worker. And then finally, if you notice, there's also an install button here. See, install chicken camera. So if I click install, this is what comes up. I can install the application. So I've installed it on my main system. So it's called chicken. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is running on my system. You can see here, you see chicken camera app. So and what I can also do. So this is an actual app on my desktop. And if I want to uninstall it, so I can either right-click, not right-click, I guess, this one here, and see uninstall. So I click uninstall and it says you want to uninstall. I click uninstall. Now, we can also do the same thing on the phone. It's going to look a little bit different. So if I don't know if this will also work. Let's go inspect. Is the manifest finding here? No, it's not. So let me see if I can just do a reload. No. Okay, so I need to close this down. To close this, and try it one more time. That's debugging for you. So allow, go to inspect. Manifest is still not there for some weird reason. Okay, let me clear the browsing data again, last 15 minutes. Start again. Allow. And okay, finally the manifest shows up on the device, and it's the same thing again. As you can see, it's chicken, camera, webcam, and all these things you can see down here. It's the same as the desktop, and I'm able to install it. So on Android, to install it, you have to click the menu and then click on add to home screen. So you click on add to home screen, and then you get a pop-up that it will say install. Then you can install it on your device, and you can uninstall it. So that's the end of the testing, and we can go back to the article. Again, the article is on jamboa.com/local-html5-chicken-webcam-PWA. So this is what it will look like on your phone. Here you can see once it's installed, you can uninstall it. And I'll change this. Here's the uninstall one. You see, here's how you can uninstall it. Okay, so this is the wrong one, but you get the point. It's pretty straightforward. So I uploaded the wrong. I renamed the same image, but it's basically the prompt as you saw to install it on your devices is pretty similar as you saw today. Okay, just before we finish up here, be sure to subscribe, like, comment for more frequent content. And a quick reminder that every day I'll be hosting a live stream. Just simply scroll down to the bottom of any page on jamboa.com to see the channels. And in this tutorial today, we use JavaScript and we use PHP. So both of these are available on jamboashop.com. If you want to learn JavaScript or PHP, simply just go to jamboashop.com. You can learn at your own pace 24/7. There are no subscriptions, it's just a one-time fee. And for both of this, PHP and JavaScript, I do have book versions. For the JavaScript, there's a paperback, that's the physical copy, and there's an ebook. For PHP, it's just the ebook. And finally, if you do enjoy this, please consider supporting me. You can purchase one of my WordPress plugins at jamboa.com. You can enroll my programming courses at jamboashop.com. You can buy my programming books on Amazon, search for Editor Jambo, the links are in the description. You can hire me for your programming and app development needs at jamboaservices.com, and you can also become a donor at jamboa.com/donate. So you can click here, all up here in the header, just takes you to the donate page. And I think that's it. And again, as promised, as you scroll down to the bottom here, you see all the channels: Odyssey, Rambo, BitChute, and YouTube. Okay, so I'm checking the chat. No chat, so I'll end